The time has come once again for me to use a Pokemon that no one else in their right mind would think of using. And today, we have Forretress. This was actually a suggestion by a user called Hi Honest Jacob. They challenged me to make Forretress good in doubles, so here we are. Forretress is a Pokemon that basically no one uses in VGC. Not even I've used it before. So going into this video, I didn't know what to expect. But I started off by looking at its stats. And at first glance, Forretress's stats aren't actually bad. It has really good defense. Technically, it has good speed because you can run it under Trick Room, but its special defense is sort of lacking. But overall, it's not bad. Its stats are usable. So why does it feel like you never see Forretress? Well, it's because it's a bug and steel type, and its stab moves just don't hit that well into the meta. For example, Forretress is able to learn bug moves like lunge and bug bite, but so many things resist bug to the point where it's not even worth running them. And as a steel type, Forretress does have access to decent steel moves like Iron Head and Heavy Slam, but if you aren't fighting a fairy type, you run into the exact same issue where you currently hit that many things for super effective damage. And on top of that, Forretress being a bug and steel type makes it 4 times weak to fire, so there's way better options to run under Trick Room instead of Forretress. And before someone says to me that Sizzle's also a bug and steel type, I know, but Game Freak gave every tool needed for Sizzle to succeed. It has Technician, it can get Blood Punch and Swords Dance. In fact, even when they got on Mega, Game Freak still made it keep Technician because they knew that there was no other ability that could have replaced it. Unfortunately, Forretress didn't get the same treatment. But there is one thing that Forretress gets that Sizzle doesn't, and that's Power Trick. What Power Trick does is it swaps your physical attack with your physical defense. And for Forretress, you'd think that'd be good, but it isn't, because you're essentially wasting a turn to make Forretress slightly better when other Pokemon are great from the get-go. And even though 140 attack sounds good on paper, it really isn't as much as you think. Moves like Iron Head are pretty much exclusively 3-hit KOs, which is painfully average, especially after using a setup move. Now, Forretress does learn Iron Defense, so you could Iron Defense up and then use Power Trick, but the idea simply takes too many turns, and by the time Forretress gets to +6 attack, your whole team's gonna be gone. So Power Trick in this case doesn't really work. And honestly, at this point, I didn't think that there was any way to make Forretress viable. In my mind, there were already 3 moves that I had chosen for their set. And those moves were Iron Defense, Body Press, and Protect. So the standard. But for the last move, I couldn't figure it out. Every time I tried to use Iron Defense and Body Press, Forretress would still go down within a few turns. Because even though we can boost our defense by using Iron Defense, Forretress's special defense is still only 60, which is the exact same as Emolga, so it isn't surviving a special hit. And I tried everything to fix that. I tried a Roar Veil, I tried Carmine Baton Pass, basically anything to try and fix the special defense issue. But nothing worked. The strategy either took too many turns, or it was easily countered. So I was about to hang up my boots and admit to Jacob that I couldn't make it work, and that I was a fraud. But I couldn't let that happen. I could not let it happen. So I looked at Forretress's moveset one last time, and I spotted a move that I don't think I've seen in eons. I don't know when I've last seen this move. The move that I'm referring to is Struggle Bug? Struggle Bug is essentially Snarl, but better. It hits both of your opponent's Pokemon, lowers their special attack by 1 stage, but instead of it having 95% accuracy, it has 100. And just like that, Forretress becomes very hard to KO, and Struggle Bug lowering the opponent's special attack actually makes Iron Defense Body Press Forretress feel strong to use because it becomes a wall, damage dealer, and support all in one, which is something that not a lot of Pokemon can do. Now again, Forretress naturally wants to be run under Trick Room, so we're going to be using Spiritomb as our Trick Room setter. And a lot of you guys are sleeping on Spiritomb. I recently saw Wolfie's top 8 worst ghost type Pokemon, and big up Wolfie by the way, big up Wolfie. Even before I became a YouTuber, I watched all of his videos. Production's insane, and I saw the video, and Spiritomb was number 6. And I classed myself as a Spiritomb main, so it hit me hard, But I do get his reasoning. He was saying that Spiritomb had not won a tournament, which is a fair enough reason for it to be on the list. But trust me, okay, trust me. Wait for the Spiritomb video, and you're gonna see tech. You're gonna see tech that you've never seen before. But for now, we're using Spiritomb because it's essentially very bulky and it's very hard to KO at first turn, which is what you want out of a Trick Room setter. And it supports Forretress really well with Will-O-Wisp, making it so Forretress takes less damage from physical attacks. So Spiritomb here actually works really well. For our third Pokemon, we have Sinister for Hospitality, and we have Life Dew to support Forretress even more, which is nice. We have Hatterene as well, as you can't really go wrong with Dazzling Gleam. And we're going to be using Mega Ampharos because Mega Ampharos is actually really good under Trick Room. It hits hard, and it has decent natural bolt. So I'm having a good time running it at the moment. Okay, there's a secret weapon that I've not revealed yet. And this secret weapon is the last Pokemon on the team. Our secret weapon is Pelipper. And you probably already know that Pelipper gets Drizzle, which is really good for countering fire-type Pokemon as the rain reduces fire damage and Forretress is 4 times weak to fire. But that isn't the reason why Pelipper is our secret weapon. It's the secret weapon because of the move Soak. If our opponent has a fire type, what we can do is go into Pelipper and use Soak onto Forretress, making it a water type, so Forretress is no longer weak to fire. So we're essentially terrestrializing Forretress into a water type, without actually having turret in the game. And that's a strat that I don't think I've seen anyone do so far. So that's a death for Aqua original. Here's the full team, but of course gonna involve us running Forretress and Spiritomb up front, with Sinistcha and Ampharos in the back. But again, if our opponent has a fire type on the team, we'll probably swap Ampharos for Pelipper and Sinistcha for Hatterene, as Sinistcha will also get cooked by fire. With all that said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get to the matches. Our opponent actually has 2 fire types here, Talonflame and Charizard. Okay, what we're going to do is lead off with Spiritomb and Forretress still, but then we're going to bring Pelipper and Hatterene, so just as planned. They'll probably lead off with either Talonflame or Charizard, but that's fine, that's fine. What we'll do is first turn set up Trick Room with Spiritomb, protect with Forretress, and then the turn after, swap Spiritomb into Pelipper, and then you soak it, and from there we can just see what happens. Okay, they send out Off-Worm and Talonflame, that's fine. So yeah, over here we Trick Room. What does this guy's character look like mine? What's going on here? And then we can use Protect. Okay, let's Protect. What did they do? I mean, probably just Tailwind, right? Yeah, Tailwind. And then Off-Worm uses Shed Tail. No, Iron Defense. Okay, the battle of the Iron Defenses, huh? Interesting. And there's Trick Room. So yeah, over here we go into Pelipper. And we're going to use Iron Defense here. Yeah, we'll use Iron Defense. We should go first. With Iron Defense, I mean, like with the Okaberry as well, if they use Flare Blitz, it'll do literally nothing here. And yeah, we're in a very good position here, to be honest. These Protect. Probably to try and store Trick Room, which is fair enough. There's Iron Defense. So now we have +2 defense. Body Press. Onto Forretress. You can try, but you can't get rid of him. The secret strat, guys. The secret strat. We soak onto Forretress, and we just use Iron Defense again. They can't do anything. They can't do anything. They steal Wing Beat. Oh, because they have priority with Gale Wings. We're still in the green. Iron Defense, we're at +4. And even if they do use Flare Blitz, now it won't be super effective. What does Off-Worm do? Iron Defense again. What made you think that you could out-body press Forretress? Forretress is literally unbody pressable. That's not even a word, but now it is. Over here we can just go with Weather Ball onto Talonflame, might as well. And we can just use Iron Defense again. Get to +6. They steal Wing Beat onto Forretress, sure. That is doing negative damage there. Negative damage. Iron Defense, we're at +6. Weather Ball, you should go down to this, I think. Yeah. That's really good there. Body Press onto Pelipper. Does a lot of damage, but we do have the Citrus. So we'll be back into the green. Frostlass comes out. Trick Room's up for one more turn. Okay, what I'm thinking is that we use Hurricane. Obviously the rain will go because of the snow. Hopefully this hits. And I think we'll just use Struggle Bug. We Struggle Bug here. Reduce Frostlass's special attack. Struggle Bug. Your special attack goes down. Body Press. This will do nothing. Yeah. Blizzard shouldn't even do that much now. Hurricane does hit. How much we doing? Very decent damage there. Very decent. Shadow Ball. We do tank it. Special defense drop is rough. Special defense drop there is definitely rough. And yeah, Trick Room goes now. Okay, I think we'll just Hurricane again. Actually, okay, I sort of want to go into Spiritomb. We Protect. I think next turn Forretress goes down. We go back into Pelipper. And from there, I think we should win. Blizzard. Spiritomb meets that, which is good. We actually bullied him into using Shed Tail. You guys have to deep it. He was max defense and he threw it all away because he couldn't touch Forretress. Who is that? Regular Charizard. I mean, we'll see if it can cook. Let's use Trick Room. And I suppose we try to double protect here. 33% chance of it working. 33% chance. Doesn't work. Unfortunate. Shadow Ball. I don't think this KOs. Yeah. What does Charizard do? Heat Wave. Okay. Does Spiritomb take this? It does. I'm telling you guys, Spiritomb is very hard to KO. It is very hard to KO. Yeah, what's crazy as well, yeah, is Spiritomb has Infiltrator. So the sub doesn't even matter. The sub doesn't matter here. We'll send in Pelipper. The rain's up now. Okay, what do we actually do here? Honestly, I feel like we just Destiny Bond. I feel like we Destiny Bond. We have 19 HP left, like we have to. Obviously, I could use Dark Pulse onto Charizard through the sub, but I don't think it's even worth it. And then we just Weather Ball onto Frostlass. Okay, there's Destiny Bond. Weather Ball. Frostlass goes down. Does Charizard even KO Spiritomb? Does it even KO Spiritomb here? Does it? Weather Ball onto Pelipper, not Spiritomb. Did they read the Destiny Bond? No way, right? No way. But potentially, they sent an off-worm again. I feel like we just KO off-worm here. We just use Dark Pulse and we use Weather Ball. Yeah. Does good damage. Weather Ball to KO. And it does. Can Charizard 1v3 this? Can it 1v3? To be fair, yeah, to be fair, Forretress actually did put in a good shift because even though Spiritomb survived earlier, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have if it didn't use Struggle Bug onto Frostlass. Let's go into Hatterene here. We just Dark Pulse and Psychic. Okay, there's Psychic. The sub gets broken. Dark Pulse here should do good damage. Yeah, we'll take that. Do we flinch? We actually do get the flinch. We do get the flinch. We just do it again. And that's it. Our doppelganger has been defeated. I'm not even sure what this team even is. I think it's a rain team with Mega Lucario and Talonflame. Okay, I don't think they bring Talonflame. I don't think they do because, again, this seems like a rain team. So I don't know why they would bring Talonflame. So I'm not going to bring Pelipper. Why did I not bring Pelipper? Why did I not bring Pelipper? What is this? What? Okay. Well, like, was it bait? Was it... Did I fall for their bait, guys? Okay. Over here, we use Trick Room. And we use Protect with Forretress. Okay. It's Mega Lucario, sure. There's Protect. They use Tailwind. No Flare Blitz. Bone Rush. We're protected. And we do get off Trick Room. I think what I want to do is I want to use Will-O-Wisp onto Lucario. And we Iron Defense with Forretress. And then next turn we swap Spiritomb into Ampharos. And then we Thunderbolt onto Talonflame. I think that should be good. Bone Rush is doing no damage. Don't humor Forretress, don't humor it. Will-O-Wisp. Do they not have Flare Blitz? I'm like, that's the thing. They're running a rain team, so why would they have Flare Blitz? I think we still swap Spiritomb into Ampharos. And we just use Iron Defense again. No reason not to. Okay, Ampharos comes in. If this is a bonus Talonflame, I think we just win. You can't bring a bonus Talonflame into a fight with Forretress. Clearly, this guy wasn't caught up with the memo. He wasn't caught up with Forretress being the new meta. But he'll learn the hard way. He will learn the hard way. Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, it's a bonus Talonflame. I mean, Will-O-Wisp is annoying. But it isn't the worst thing. We'll Mega and we'll go with Thunderbolt onto Talonflame. I could use Power Gem, but they could swap out. And with Forretress, we'll just get to +6 defense. Okay, there's Mega Ampharos. Go to Design. Iron Defense, wrap +6. Talonflame shouldn't take this. I think that's the focus there. Here it is, okay. Knock off onto Forretress. Doesn't do anything. They use Will-O-Wisp onto Ampharos. Okay. Do they not even have acrobatics or like anything? Is it just like what? Like Tailwind, Will-O-Wisp, Protect? And then what's the last move? It has to be acrobatics. Over here we go with Thunderbolt onto Talonflame. And we just Body Press onto Serena. They swap out Talonflame and go into Lucario. Okay. Body Press onto Serena. Does decent damage even with the burn. Does Thunderbolt one-shot here? It does. It actually does. Trick Room is gone here, but I don't think that's even a real factor. I mean, like, I feel like we still win. They can't get rid of Forretress here. They can't. They send out Basculegion. We'll just use Thunderbolt onto Basculegion. And we can use Body Press onto Serena again. Then Headbutt. Again, doesn't do anything. Wave Crash. Wave Crash? Why don't Lost Respect? Okay, don't know what's going on. There's Thunderbolt, and Basculegion goes down. Body Press with the boy Forretress. Serena does survive, but only with a bit of HP. They go back into Talonflame. We just Thunderbolt and Body Press. Stage Protect. Okay. Zen Headbutt. Misses Ampharos. Body Press and Screener goes down. And that's the match. Double Protect. Doesn't work. And there's Thunderbolt. I don't even know what that team even was. I actually have no clue. I will post one in the Trick Room team with Torkoal and Camerupt here. Tinkaton as well. Okay. We can bring Spiritomb Fortress. We'll bring Pelipper for the rain to stop Torkoal and Camerupt. And for the last stop, we'll bring Hatterene for the double Trick Room. They sent out Figure and Tinkaton. Okay, I sort of want to let them sell Trick Room. So, what I'm going to do is use Star Pulse onto Frigoraph and Protect with Fortress, because they're definitely going to use Fake Out to Fortress, right? Fake Out, yeah. They're using Prison. In Prison? But you have a Trick Room team. I mean, okay. In Prison is a bit baffling. I mean, sure. Okay. I think we go with Dark Pulse again. And I still want to use Body Press to secure the KO. I think we do it. They swap out Tinkaton and go into Camerupt. What is going on here? So they do want to use Trick Room. So why did they imprison me? I don't understand. They send out Tinkaton again. I think we just use Dark Pulse onto Camerupt. And we use Protect with Fortress. We should not speak Camerupt here if they Mega, which they probably do. Yeah, there's the Mega. Play rough. We should eat this. There we go. There's Dark Pulse. Doesn't do too much damage. I think we go down from Eruption. I think we do. There's Eruption. Why did that do nothing? What? Spiritomb's bulk is actually something that's not even normal. Okay, over here we swap Spiritomb into Pelipper. And with Fortress, I think we Struggle Bug. There's Pelipper. Knock off. Pelipper eats it. Struggle Bug with Fortress. This won't do anything, but we're using it for the special attack drop. There's Eruption. And now this does nothing. Lovely. Honestly, I think we just use Weather Ball onto Camerupt. And we use Iron Defense. I think this is fine. Camerupt uses Protect. Okay. I still don't know why they used Imprison earlier. Like, why would you use Imprison? Weather Ball and Camerupt is protected. And there's Iron Defense. So now we have +2 defense. Do I just use Soak? Do I just use Soak onto Fortress? You know what? We might as well. And then we Iron Defense again. They can't do anything. They can't actually do anything. They stop our Camerupt. And they're going to Mimikyu. Yeah, GG. You can't touch Fortress. You can't touch Fortress here. So, now we're a Water type. Iron Defense. We have +4 defense. Over here, we can just use Weather Ball to Mimikyu. And, I suppose just Body Press onto Tinkaton. Get some damage in. Player onto Fortress. Look, even though we don't resist it anymore, it's still doing nothing. Okay, it's still doing nothing. We have +4 defense. Weather Ball doesn't hit because Mimikyu is no longer on the field. Body Press. Fortress! Fortress is locked in. Fortress is locked in. The big one shot. We use Weather Ball to Camerupt. Might as well use Iron Defense again. Get to +6. They use Protect. Phantom Force onto Pelipper. We do go down, but I don't think it even means much. Iron Defense, and now we have max defense. Who do we go into here? I think Hatterene's fine. We have the focus touch for Phantom Force, so we'll survive. Over here, we'll use Psychic onto Camerupt, and we'll just use Body Press onto Camerupt as well. That's Phantom Force, yeah. Body Press. Yeah, Fortress is not playing around. Fortress is not playing around, let me tell you that for free. Over here, we'll use Psychic, and we can use Struggle Bug. Fortress will move fast, break into Disguise. And then, yeah, Psychic should do good damage. Phantom Force does a lot of damage, but doesn't get down to the dash anyway. Struggle Bug to break the Disguise. Psychic, how much we doing? Woo! Gets Mimikyu into the red. And yeah, I mean, from there, I think that's it. We just use Psychic again. Yeah, they forfeit. Overall, Forretress actually did a really good job. Like, actually. But let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one.